As families get ready for back to school today, the founder of G-Day for Girls wants parents and young girls to keep an important checklist in mind. Joining us now to explain is Madeleine, the founder of G-Day. Madeleine, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Sonia, and thank you so much for your extraordinary support of G-Day. I can't wait to see you there.
Yeah, it's an amazing event. I will be emceeing this year. And just to give people an idea, explain to us what G-Day is all about.
Sure. G-Day is a community-based rite of passage celebration that welcomes girls ages 10 to 12 into adolescence.
And why put on this event? This is only a few years running now.
Yeah, we're in our second year now, and I guess I just felt like adolescence is such a crucial point in life. And while there's great information and education out there, and parents are awesome, girls seem to need a little bit of extra help in terms of learning how to cope socially and emotionally with some really tough pressures coming at them through social media and those kinds of things. So G-Day is really designed to help them feel just really great about who they are and how they are right now as they head into their teenage years.
Yeah, and it's an interesting event because it focuses on girls that are between the ages of 10 and 12 and kind of talks to them about what's going on in their own minds, what they're anticipating as they get older, and gives them a chance to really open up, not just with their peers, but also with their parents.
Absolutely, and parents or people who at G-Day we call champions are a really big part of G-Day, and that's part of what it makes it special, is that at G-Day we believe in the ancient African adage that it takes a village to raise a child. And so at G-Day we become that village, if only for a day. So parents and step-parents and godparents and grandparents are also very, very welcome, because we recognize that they play an absolutely vital role in raising these girls, in helping them have a sense of positive self-esteem and just feeling great about who they are.
And keeping that in mind, what G-Day is all about, I understand that you've put together an interesting checklist, a back-to-school checklist of what you think parents and young girls should keep in mind. So let's just go over that and tell us what you have on there.
Sure. So yeah, the checklist was kind of created in response to, there's lots of back-to-school checklists with, really necessary things like textbooks and clothes and sneakers and stuff. And we decided to take on more of the emotional preparation for heading back to school. And so looking at things like positive self-esteem, supportive peer and family relationships, courage, compassion, strength, and a bunch of others, and inspiration, empowerment, healthy body image, community connectedness, and hope for the future. So basically a list of things that is helping them to really feel good about all the information, everything that they're going to be learning at school, everything that's going to be happening for them socially at school. And so they're just feeling really good heading into that information and those experiences.
So more of a holistic approach where you're kind of talking about, what might be going through their minds and getting them prepared mentally for school rather than maybe physically when you're just focusing on school supplies and, back to school fashion and that sort of thing?
Very much so, and even emotionally as well. And it's really important if these girls are stepping into the classroom and stepping into these first few years post-childhood, feeling confident and also feeling compassionate towards the other girls and other youth in their lives. If they're feeling like a sense of trust in their parents and the other people who are supporting them in their lives, they're just everything's easier basically. Like they are able to take in information better, they're more likely to remain on sports teams, they are more likely to be kind to one another and not engage in bullying behavior, and also to treat themselves with greater respect.
Mm-hmm. Now, as we have shown there, the G-Day event in Vancouver is coming up on October 23rd, but there's one in Victoria that's coming up a little sooner. Tell us about that one.
Yes, it is. It's less than 2 weeks away now, and it's our first Victoria G-Day event, and we're so excited. It's been really fun. We started in Vancouver last year, as you mentioned, and we were in Toronto actually earlier this year. And so branching out into other cities has been a really, really special experience. And we're really excited for the Victoria team have curated and created a really wonderful program for the girls and the champions. And I think that everybody will come away feeling touched and inspired and motivated and kind of more connected as a community.
Is there still time for people to register? And I guess if people want to get involved, how do they do that?
Well, gdayforgirls.com is our website. There are still tickets available for both events. All of our volunteer spots are full, unfortunately, but we're absolutely still selling tickets, and we're going to try and get as many people to come as possible. We're expecting around 200 to 250 for each event. And oh my goodness, Sonia, it's going to be so much fun. It's a very moving thing to be part of, to see these girls and all of their energy, and just really taking that and celebrating it for a day together, and then also providing parents with some really great information from parenting experts, mental health experts, and so on how to really support these girls through adolescence and puberty.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being a part of this event, a really great event. And I think the important thing, like we had a conversation about this just a while back, about how it's really about instilling confidence in these girls that they already have. We were talking about how girls between the ages of 10 and 12 are maybe at the peak of their confidence. They're feeling really good about themselves, but as they get a little bit older, there's all these other factors that kind of get, involved in their lives, which maybe make them second guess how they're feeling about themselves. And I think that's such an important idea about this event, is keeping that confidence level up and giving these young girls the support that they need to know that they are great.
Absolutely, Sonia. It's particularly critical at adolescence that they do maintain this positive trajectory in terms of their confidence and self-esteem. Research is showing an overall decline in mental health in girls starting at that age, and the reason I think it is that they're basically given a different set of criteria for what makes them great. Until that point when they're kids, we're like, oh, you're a great soccer player and you're great at math, or whatever is true about that girl that's really fantastic. And then as their bodies start to change, the media creeps in, forgive me, and starts giving them different messages about how they need to be different, and actually the way that they win the game is to be thin or pretty or popular, as opposed to all the things that they love to do, before. And so I think it's a really confusing time for girls, and it can make them really doubt themselves and kind of throw them off that confidence that you identified as being so vitally important for them.
All right, Madeleine Shaw, the founder of G-Day, joining us today from our newsroom. Madeleine, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Sonia. Can't wait to see you on October 23rd.